All right, first and foremost, I just want to thank our crowd, our band, our student section, our fans for being here. Unbelievable tailgating as you came in, and I think all of us just need to be able to take a step back. I know we got a lot of questions, and I know, we won the game, and, people are excited about that. People probably aren't excited about how we won the game. We're going to talk about that, but we all need to take a step back, and we all need to give thanks and be grateful and for what we have on the remembrance of the 20th anniversary of 9/11. We all know where we were, especially this room, right? Some of those players weren't even born yet, but we were somewhere. And we have a staff that has a lot of ties in the Northeast, who has a lot of family members and knew a lot of people that were tied to that building, that had ties to that building. And we just need to be grateful today. So I am, win or lose, I'm incredibly grateful to be the head coach here, incredibly grateful for all the freedoms that we have. So to all of our servicemen and women, just thank you for all that you do and continue to do on a very emotional day. So as we go and enjoy today, make sure that we all step back and give gratitude and thanks for the freedoms that we have as we remember 9/11. So wanted to open with that. With that, we'll open up for questions now.
PJ, what did you like about the resiliency in the fourth quarter?
Oh, first of all, you got to give Miami a lot of credit. I've been on that side. Okay, I mean, I played a lot of Big Ten teams in the Mid-American Conference, and get it to the fourth quarter. Get it to the fourth quarter, and you got a chance. And that was our whole philosophy. When I was in the Mid-American Conference, I thought Chuck did a great job preparing his team. They were very well coached. They're a very physical team. They play incredibly hard. When you got to the third quarter, we hit a little bit of a lull, which you could see, right? They did some things schematically. We had to change that. You saw that in the fourth quarter, the changes to that. We had too many drop balls, which ended drives pretty quickly. We weren't able to sustain drives. In the first half, we were. And then they capitalized on that. They did a nice job down the field, one-on-one coverage, really tight throws, good coverage for the most part, just made big plays. And you can't take that away from them. They're good players too, and they made some really good plays. But we had opportunities to put the game away, and we did not. And when you leave a window for a team like that to go, they're going to run right through that thing. And we used to do that, and I take a lot of pride in that too. If somebody gives us a window, you run right through that thing. And but what I saw at the end was grit, it was courage, it was togetherness, and they found a way. Their backs were against the wall. They were battle-tested. They were held to the fire, and they found a way to make plays. And I mean everybody. Bucky's kickoff return, right, to Trickett's field goal, to Newbin's interception, to finishing the game on offense on a 3rd and 5, which was a huge play. There's a lot of people, and our depth got challenged. Our depth has been challenged now for 2 straight weeks. And our guys, listen, winning's hard, okay? And everybody's going to talk about maybe we didn't win the way everybody else wanted us to win. I've never been mad after a win, and I'm never going to start being mad after a win. We won. That was the objective. How we won, we can all write about that all week. We can answer questions. You can meet with me in my office. We have a great time. We'll talk about it. We'll dissect it. We'll do the analytics for you. It'll be wonderful. But right now, I'm just proud of our team's resilience, Andy, the grit, the courage. They found a way. And it wasn't like, okay, everyone was in there. Crab was in there, and Howden was in there, and Mo was in there, and they found a way. It was people who hadn't been put in that position before. They had to go find a way to end the game, and they did. And that's what I'm proud of.
How is Dalen? And then you feel like when you had some drops, but that receiver core starting to show what it can be if they get opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to get healthy in that department. We get healthy. I think I keep saying it day to day. I'm not in charge of bringing him back, but hopefully day to day becomes now he's back, right? Where you can get Crab back. You add them to the mix. I thought Daniel played really well today. It's an interesting game of what it forces you to do and what you want to do in terms of your game plan and what you think you can do. But I like the receiving core. I think we have to continue to build ourselves mentally and build that mental toughness. We were really good in 2019 mentally. But if you go back to 2018 and 17, it was Tyler and Rashad. I mean, we had a lot of drops. We had a lot of different things that were inconsistent play. But you have to be able to fail to grow. And what I saw from Dalen was big plays. But then we failed. And then our response has to be better. And then when he went out, okay, now we got Daniel. So you got your 2 top wideouts now out. two of the three, and then they can put their best player on him, and then you got to be able to find a way to be able to make the game shorter, stay ahead, win, run the ball, play action pass. We got to continue to develop that group. But hopefully we got a healthy group come Colorado, and they can keep getting better. But they're going to learn from this. The big thing is they're going to learn from what just happened. And it's better to learn after a win. Feels better. We're going to enjoy it tonight, but we got to get way better. But the wideouts are getting better. I don't know. I haven't even checked the injury report. I was told that they're going to hold him out. He's going to be okay, but they're going to hold him out. So.
What'd you like about Trey Potts' performance, especially in the fourth quarter?
Oh, gutsy. I mean, it's Trey Potts. Here's the thing. The thing that I see these guys in practice, right? You don't get a chance to see them all the time, but you don't know how somebody's going to react when it's that type of situation and that type of game. You know what Mo's going to do, but Mo's done that for years. But now Trey has shown what he can do. Now what you have to do is now the next ones have to come up. Who out of the next 2, 3 can be able to provide that 1-2 punch? And we'll find out as we continue to evaluate film and continue to get everybody carries.
Did Miami do anything specifically in the third quarter? Did they change anything schematically that gave you guys headaches in that quarter? Because in the first half, you guys were cooking on offense, and then the third quarter hit, and it kind of
everybody makes adjustments, right? Yep. Including us. And they put an extra hat down in the box. They were rotating between 3 strong week, 3 strong, 3 strong, 3 strong week. They're mixing in some too high in there. They pressed us at certain moments, which took away some of the things we were doing. But again, I mean, we didn't execute. It's at the end of the day, I got to go back and watch the film. But the third quarter, it wasn't like, we had a drop here and a drop there and a drop there. There were 3 drops in my mind that keep that drive moving. And that stalled the drive more than anything. With credit to them, they did a good job adjusting, but we had to be better, and we weren't. We didn't execute as well in the third quarter.
The lift did the special teams provide in this game?
Well, tremendous. I mean, you look at it. I mean, Trickett, I mean, that's why we brought him in, And I think that was everybody's biggest question, and all the faith in the world, and he splits it. And, he's a wonderful teammate. He's a football player that kicks. That's what he is. And then Bucky, a true freshman, he's going to have to get in the mix, and you might even see Bucky get in the mix with the running game as well. But he is electric. I mean, he's fast, explosive. He has great vision, and that got everything going because that was 21-20, and they kicked off, and Bucky took that thing going. We got the ball, and then 5 plays later, we're in the end zone. And then it's 28-20. That got the whole thing going. And then the interception, and then the field goal. And then, the late hit out of bounds, that just can't happen. That's not who we are, and I'll address that. Don't worry about that. That stuff's not our football team whatsoever, so I'll take care of that.
Did you talk to Mo at all on the sideline at any point, like any interaction with him?
What's that?
Did you have any interaction with Mo on the sideline at all?
Yeah, here and there. I'm pretty busy, but I thought Mo was a great teammate on the sideline. You got to imagine how hard that is. He's the ultimate competitor. It was an emotional week. I think some of you, Dave, you might even ask me this about the emotional part of having Mo out. We're human beings. There is an emotion to that, right? And I think this is it. There's a grieving process to all that, right? Where somebody's playing and they're not playing anymore, right? And this isn't life and death, but people are used to that, and then it's not there anymore, and it's taken from them. There's this emotional attachment to that. As a head coach, you do everything you possibly can to embrace that for your team, but also balance fighting that so that doesn't set in, right, for the whole week. So you're constantly battling that. And that's what made this week very, very difficult on a lot of fronts. But he's such a great teammate. He's cheering on his teammates. He's coaching them up. I mean, he's getting a lot of practice to be a coach one day. I know that.
How would you assess the front seven today?
Defensively?
Yep.
I would say that we were a little inconsistent. I thought that we did a good job stopping the run. The ones that came out, we missed the first tackle. We didn't bring our feet. We didn't wrap and roll. When it was a wrap and roll tackle, we tried to throw our arm out. Just getting back to the fundamentals in the tackling circuit. But when we needed to dominate, we dominated it at times. And then there's some that came out that shouldn't come out like that. We got pass rush. They did a good job getting the ball out. They were throwing everything quick. So everything that they threw was there wasn't going through any progressions. It was straight drop back, throw the ball vertical, period. Right? And it's hard to get to the quarterback that way. There were times we got in his face through bad passes. But you got to give them credit. They went out there and competed their tail ends off. They gave themselves the best chance to win, and just proud of our team for finding a way.
Coach, Tanner Morgan had 0 passing yards in the second half. Was that because of the injury to Dalen Wright that you guys leaned really heavily on the running, or what was that about?
Well, I went back to, we had some drops, right? We had some drops, and we had 3 drives that ended from drops. So, in my mind, if we're going to drop the football, well, we better run the football then. And we better go end the game in the run game and make it way shorter. You got to go by what's happening on the field, right? And so, again, I'm not worried like you guys are with statistics and how many passes he has. And, you know, he's had 0 completions, so we need to get his completions to 4, you know, in the next 2 minutes. Like, I'm not into that. I'm into going finding a way to win the football game. And we knew when we got that kickoff return, we needed to take the identity of this football team and run the football down the field and score a touchdown. Period. That's what we needed to do. And they did.
Coach, any concerns about the back shoulder throws Gabbert was completing, or was that more Gabbert being a good quarterback and they adjusted?
Both, because I think the coverage is pretty good. Now, can we make the play on the ball? Sure. It wasn't like these guys were wide open. We were in their face. It's hand in hand. It's hand combat. But the passes were on the money. And you got to give that kid credit. He's a good player. He's a really good player. Brother's a good player. So he's got that in his blood. He's a competitor. And him playing this week completely changed their football team. Him playing quarterback changed their entire football team. And, you know, you got to give them credit because they were able to execute some of those things. All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everybody. Row the boat. Sky Ma. Go Gophers.
Like about the resilience you guys showed in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think it was really gritty, and obviously a large part due to this guy right here, the way he played. You know, our culture is all about how you do anything is how you do everything. So I was proud of you know, the grit that we showed and you know, the way that we executed down there in the stretch and in the fourth quarter. Now we have to continue to do a better job in the third quarter. Got to accelerate better, and that's on me. So. But yeah, I mean, I think our guys played really gritty, played with a lot of how, so we were excited to see that.
You guys got in a rhythm, throwing the ball in the second quarter. How much did the drops there early kind of disrupt everything?
You know, it's not really, I wouldn't really call them all drops because a lot of it, you comes down to ball placement too. And that's the thing about it is it's not a one-way street. It's two ways. So I got to be better. But I mean, our receivers, you see what they can do. We have an elite group of guys in that room, and we have a ton of faith in those guys that they can make a lot of plays. So I just got to continue to be better and give them more chances and better throws to catch and go make stuff happen.
You envision getting 34 carries a day and having that big of an impact?
I have faith in my coaches. Time came and they believed in me. So if it took 34, it took 34. But O-line played great, and I just took my opportunity and made a game out of it.
When they cut the lead to 1 and hit a long kickoff return, and then you had 5 straight carries, what's sort of going through your mind in the huddle on that drive?
Definitely the kick return. Shout out Bucky. I feel like he changed the game with that. But I talked to Fleck and Coach Burns, and they said that this drive is pivotal, and they were gonna give me a lot of responsibility on that drive, and they just took it play by play, and just went out there and made a play.
During the game, did you talk at all about Ibrahim on the sideline? About handling the workload and kind of being the guy of this game?
Definitely. That's my partner in crime. He was right there the whole game with me, just helping me manage the game and just giving me pointers. I've always been on his hip, and I love that dude. He's always giving me little pointers and just giving me little chips to take. But he did a great job, and I appreciate him and helped me with this game.
What did you see pre and post snap on the red zone TD to Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great, a really great route. Really shout out to our offensive coaching staff too for seeing it and having an opportunity to dial up an elite play, to let one of our best playmakers go out there and make a play. So he made a fantastic route. Got leverage in man coverage, and the rest is history. All I got to do is throw a 5-yard pass out there, and he's going to go score. But it was an elite route, elite play design, and we executed really well with elite protection too. So that's executing offensive football, especially in the green zone. You got to go down there and make a lot of things happen. So when you get opportunities, you got to make the most of them. And the whole play, top to bottom, that was elite execution.
Call timeout before the touchdown pass to Dalen. Was that, you guys talk about that play in the huddle, and it seemed like he ran a really good route on the post there?
Yeah, he ran a great route. It was a fantastic play call again. It's a chess match, really, offense versus defense. I mean, that's what a lot of football is about. It's who can get the best coverage, the best play call into that coverage, whatever, offense versus defense, checking checks, doing this, doing that. And so our offense staff did a fantastic job of putting a great play out there. And Dalen ran a fantastic route, with his speed, utilized his skill set, his speed, and was able to find a way to get in the end zone too, which is elite too. So it's a fantastic play call, and again, comes down to execution. We executed on that play.
Trey, you said that you were ready to do whatever it took this game, but were you expecting this type of a bell cow role? Was that something that you guys kind of game planned for? Or?
Initially, not really, but when my number's called, I got to go out there and make a play. But if that's what it took, that's what it took.
Tanner, 3:43 left after Miami scored. What was said on the sideline before that last series to close it out?
For us, it's about our identity, being able to go win the game on offense. Being able to run the ball physically, get a couple first downs and end the game. Because when it comes down to, that's what you have to do. And that it's all about execution. They know what we're going to do. We got the ball. They know what we're about to do, and it comes down to just straight how and executing that play. And you get a couple extra yards, it makes a huge difference. And obviously, get a couple first downs in the game. So we were really proud about that because that's who we are. We have to be able to finish games on offense, and it was very elite to see. Really, it comes down to offensive line play, tight end play, being able to create holes, create gaps, and then give three and our backs an opportunity to get a couple yards, and that's what they did, which was very, very elite.
Trey, how key was the blocking of your tight ends on several of those explosive runs?
Shout out Cole, shout out Brevin. They work their tail off every day in practice, and it really shows. They're definitely how guys. You can tell every play. They just go out there, do their job, and you obviously seen this game, last game even. They're just gonna go out there and be physical and get that shelf moving and get their job done.
Coming into the season, everybody thought Chris Ottman-Bell was going to be the guy, and now Dalen and now Daniel Jackson are doing well. And once Chris comes back, you're you're probably going to have 3 receivers that you can trust throwing to. How does that feel going into the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's obviously an elite feeling. Whenever we can get Crab back healthy, playing his game is going to be obviously a huge addition because he's a huge part of our team, huge part of our offense. But yeah, other guys have stepped up, and again, we have a lot of faith in that entire room, not just 1, 2, or 3 guys. We have a lot of faith in that room to be able to go out there and make plays when they get their opportunities. And so, yeah, it just comes down to, for me, giving them opportunities to make plays, and those guys are going to continue to make plays for us. And again, got a lot of faith in that room.
Trey, does it feel like you had 34 carries?
I definitely feel it a little bit, but it is what it is, and I'm just ready to keep going.
Trey, did Mo coach you up from the sideline?
Yes, sir. We just, after every drive, he'll give me a couple pointers, or, definitely Mo and Coach Burns, they're right there on my hip, and, we like to discuss whatever I see out there on the field, but, they're just keeping a positive mindset with me and just let me go out there and make some plays.
Take 1 or 2 more if there are any.
Tanner, especially whenever you get into tight games, how much of a confidence boost is it to see your kicker make a 50-yard field goal?
It's huge. The kid walks out there and it's like, this is ice. This one's going right through. There's never a doubt, never a question, and obviously that's what he's done his whole career, and that's what he's done ever since he's been here. So, Tricky's an elite kicker, and whenever he walks on the field, it's guaranteed. In my mind, that's 3 points right there. Whenever I see him walk on the field, but he's obviously an elite kicker, elite part of this team, and it's pretty fun for us, and we're excited.
Everyone all set?
I'll take his water.
Tyler, can you walk us through your interception?
I think we had cover 4 call or something like that. Just a look that he gave us, and the stuff that we were getting throughout the game. I kind of anticipated the inside breaking route, so I just broke on it, and it was a throw a little bit behind them, so I just took advantage of it.
Matthew, what does it mean to you to have the first 50-yard field goal kick in a few years here?
First 50-yard field goal that I made for my career too, so definitely special. It's just proof of all the work that we put in on special teams with Crawford and Brady, and yeah.
What was rolling through your mind when you went out on the field for the 50-yard attempt?
Just God's got me, and trust my training, trust the guys around me, our guys up front, not letting anybody through, and just focus on what we had to do right there.
Matthew, it might have been a little bit, I don't want to say easier this game, but it wasn't as new of an experience for you as last game. Was it a lot different coming out for OSU in a packed stadium of 55,000 fans compared to what you've seen before?
I don't think so at all. As specialists, we have to be a little bit different mentally, and that's one of those things that there's not as much of an impact on. So,
just block it all out.
Yep, exactly.
Tyler, what did you feel like was missing in the third quarter for you guys?
Just lack of execution, maybe. Our guys fight hard all game. We have a lot of response, a lot of grit. But it was just maybe the execution part that got us in trouble a little bit. That guys, got them, a couple yards on a few of their runs, a couple misfits maybe. But those are things that, we get cleaned up on Sunday. So, we're not worried about that as long as our response and our how is the same.
Tyler, how was playing most of this game alongside Michael Dixon compared to Jordan Howden, who was out of the game with an injury?
It was great. Flip is he's ready. He's ready. He's been ready, especially since last year. You guys seen he got in the game a lot. So, he's a guy that, we trust. He works very hard. and it was just awesome to see him out there. You know, I remember my first start as a freshman coming in, so I could, relate with him, kind of be that leader back there, let him know things that are going on. So it was a good experience.
Tyler, the big return by Bucky Irving obviously gave the offense a lift. What did it do for your defense?
Whenever the whole team is rolling like that, it's a team. It's offense, defense, special teams. So, we're always excited for, Bucky and, the return team to get a big return. We're always excited for the offense, make a big play. So, it honestly just boosts everybody, you know what I'm saying? It just gives everybody a little bit of life, you know what I'm saying?
What has the process been like for you coming to a new program and sort of gaining people's trusts?
Yeah, so definitely you have to gain everyone's trust. Nobody knows you, and you got to make kicks. So today was huge, being able to show that I can make some kicks, and I think the biggest part of it was building our chemistry in the special teams group, starting there, and then expanding that to the rest of the team. As you just said, we feed off each other in all areas of the game because special teams connects offense and defense. So whenever we're able to be on and create that bond, it just spreads throughout the team. So,
Matthew, going into next week at Colorado with a higher altitude, have you ever had experience, kicking up, with that higher altitude? How does it change the kicking game?
I have not, so I have no idea how it will change. I know that some big balls have been hit out in Colorado for Denver, the Broncos, the NFL, I think field goal long is out there. So I have no experience with it, so we'll see.
Matthew, looking back, what led you to Minnesota when you decided to transfer?
Biggest thing for me was the culture and how people go about their business, and this is the fit for me. This is what I wanted to do, and it shows a lot about everyone here.
Tyler, how would you describe your confidence this year versus last year?
Preparation. Just getting that, spring ball, the summer, fall camp, just being able to prepare, be with my teammates, be with my coaches throughout the whole type of year. It's really gave me a lot of confidence in my playing ability just because, it's reps. It's, things that I've seen before in practice, things that we've gone over. So a lot of the things that, I might have seen last year, things that I didn't really get to practice or, get to rep in, fall camp, spring ball, stuff like that. So, that confidence just builds from, it's a testament to the coaches, to my teammates that, believe in me from the beginning, even when I was struggling. But definitely preparation is the biggest thing.
Tyler, do you feel like the experience you gained last year is helping you play faster this year now?
100%. I'm really glad that we got that experience last year. It brought our team closer together, I think. Definitely did. And it's just giving a lot of guys more confidence. We had a lot of guys playing last year, got all those same guys back. So, it's just confidence throughout the whole entire defense, offense, special teams.
Any more questions?